all these books we have the Mahabharata, Ramayana, Vedas, and so it was so many things. I was confused, like where are we start here? When I become older and I start to read Bible as a mature person, some things it was different from what I learned. Some things didn't make sense to me.
How this Sanatan Dharma has influenced your daily routine or your mindset?
So when I heard that Hare Krishna, the yoga, the tantra, the Ayurveda, all those things came from the same place. I met someone that has a temple in Rio de Janeiro, and she teach me about Bhakti Yoga through her sect, the Jislain, and I was really enjoying.
What misconceptions about Hinduism did you have earlier?
Learn more about Sanatan Dharma is do not pay attention what people can say and just follow your intuition. I want to visit places like Vrindavan, Goa, and also the Northeast part because it seems really beautiful.
Hello, Jislain. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to be here with you in your podcast.
Welcome to Voices of Insight podcast show. In this, we invite people from different areas, different countries, and we love to share and listen to their stories and their experiences. For our audience, I would just like to tell you that Jislain is a Brazilian. She lives in Brazil. And she was born as a Christian, now practicing Sanatan Dharma for last few years. Also, she runs a YouTube channel, so she's a YouTuber as well. And in this podcast today, we are going to listen to her story, how she got into this, how she has been practicing. Jislain, welcome back. We know that you also have an astrological name, Radhika. So, shall we just call you Radhika or Jislain? Anything is fine with you.
I feel comfortable with both. Jislain is my real name. Eradka is the one that Wild gave to me. I like both, so for me it's fine.
I have my co-host Anjali also with me. Anjali, would you love to introduce yourself to her?
Yeah, hi Radhika. My name is Anjali. I'm the co-host of Voices of Insights. Warm welcome to our show today.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Same here.
So yes, Jislain, first of all, thank you for coming here and taking out time for us. We would obviously first like to hear about you from you. So please tell our audience like who you are and how your journey of spiritualism from Christianity to Hinduism, how did that come into picture?
I am from Brazil and a sales woman, and also I create content sharing my experience with the things that I learned from Sanatan Dharma. Like when I was young, grew up in a Christian household, and I used to go to church on Sundays. I used to read the Bible and do prayers. I was not so strict because my mom never pushed me to these religious stuff. But when I was becoming older, I start to question things because when you are a kid, people don't teach you religion in a proper way, obviously, because when you're a kid, you cannot understand the philosophy, things like that. So when I become older and I start to read Bible as a mature person, it was different from what I learned. Some things didn't make sense to me, and my faith, it was very unstable. So I remember that I stopped to go to church for a long time because I was not identifying with. Literally tried to give more attention, read more, search more. But once I was learning more the history of the Christianity and some things in the Bible that in general they do not speak much, I didn't become comfortable. I couldn't connect with the philosophy because when you see how these rituals not something that I could identify. I couldn't see the spirituality was more something to control and rule some people.
I believe once the understanding gets developed, when he or she starts thinking and his or her own logics and own perception for the things gets created, then naturally and gradually, kid starts moving to another direction. So for you, was it the same?
It was because the way that I learned it is different from the history and the Bible. For example, I grew up in the Catholicism, but now here in Brazil, the Protestants are more common. So I used to see like why they are different, why we practice it in this way and they are doing different. Where in the Bible say things about the deeds or Virgin Mary, we do not have this. So I start to question why I am doing this. As I say, my mother never put pressure on me to keep it doing, but obviously she used to say that it's important to keep your faith, to follow Jesus. Otherwise, you are making a mistake because he is the truth. So I start to question, and if we are wrong, not the other people, because some things are not happening as the Bible says, and I am not comfortable with some dogma.
And that's the point where you entered into spirituality.
Yes, I start to search more from different things. In the beginning, I was not wanting to go to any religion because I was a little bit tired because I used to see religions in a general, like a lot of the dogmas and rules that you cannot ever understand why they were created in a time very different from our modern time. And sometimes the explanation, the reason for this, they don't know how to explain it. Sometimes do not have a reason. They just say it. So I was for some time skeptical. So, but with time, I was feeling the necessity to experience spirituality, to connect with something. So with I was learning from different stuff, Hinduism and since yoga, tantra, Ayurveda become so popular. And in the beginning, I didn't know that everything came from Hinduism. I didn't know Hinduism it was not a religion, but a brand with many sects and with so much diversity. So when I heard that Hare Krishna, the yoga, the tantra, the Ayurveda, all those things came from the same place, I become more curious to know, especially when I heard about the concept of the vegetarianism because I thought so different, like because it's the first religion that I saw the also think in protect the environment and other creatures, not just the humans. So, and at the time, I was already trying to be vegetarian and trying to learn more about it. So I become more interested. So I started searching the internet. I found some YouTube videos here in Brazil, especially from Hare Krishna, since they are more popular here. And also, I was watching videos from Swamis, reading some sites, and I searched for temples here in Brazil. I used to live in another state, and there didn't have any temple, so I had to move here to really go to a temple. But before this, I was talking with Swamis from here, and I met someone that has a temple in Rio de Janeiro, and she teach me about Bhakti Yoga through her sect, and I was really enjoying. One day I opened my social media and I saw a giveaway. It was a Bhagavad Gita. So I say, okay, this is my chance. I participated and I won, so I receive. I start to read, and I read it quickly, but I say it. I need to understand better because it's not just about to read, but experience understand why searching different commentaries from different forums. So I know that I like it a lot. I think some things are very useful for these days. And it is more really about spirituality, not just about a group of people, the chosen people, or just to be even do that because I say it. So I could see that has more about spirituality and mentality. So I like it a lot and I keep it here till now.
Great.
First thing I would like to know since now you have gained knowledge about different aspects of Sanatan Dharma, which is the thing that you connect more with? Like, is it the bhakti side, or it is the meditation or yoga? Which thing is more attracting for you? And what was your actually age when you started doing this research? Like trying to get to know about other religions or about Sanatan Dharma. How old were you that time?
I think I was 23 when I started in Sanatan Dharma, if I'm not wrong, something like this, 23, 24. And before this, I was trying not be really religious, just learning, searching. And now I am more attracted to Bhakti because here, most of the traditions in Brazil, the temples are Hare Krishna. We do not have many Tantra temples, so it's difficult to follow these traditions here. So I still in Bhakti, I still doing the japa, the likha, chanting the name. This is what I like. I always try to read the Bhagavad Gita because I think it's the essence. Also, sometimes I try to read other scriptures like Mahabharata. So basically, I still following the Bhakti. My Ishtadeva is Radha Krishna.
Okay, so you are on bhakti side. It is actually said that in this yug where we are living, the easiest way approach is bhakti. Obviously, it has to be accompanied with knowledge, because if you have the knowledge as well, then the bhakti will bear more fruits. You started around 23 years of age, and it's been almost 5 years now. You're still exploring, following. I would like to understand if you have ever faced any confusion or any kind of resistance or misunderstanding from your friends and family in this journey of last 5 years.
So my house, nobody think it's a problem. I didn't face any prejudice or something. Obviously, I already heard things from, for example, an ex-boyfriend that didn't like it because for him it's a sin. The only true is his religion. But nothing from my family. Nobody say nothing. My mom thinks a little bit different, but she do not think that it's wrong. She support me. So I have this freedom. I didn't have problem with anyone. I respect everybody. And I receive the respect just online. Online, you receive some messages because internet people feel free to say whatever they want. But I just try to ignore because these people comes when you give attention. When I stop to reply, they just do not appear anymore. I try to focus more in the positive, the support that I receive.
All right. As someone from Brazil, what cultural differences and similarities you have found the most?
Talking about the spirituality, Sanatan Dharma and Christianity are completely different, but at the same time, you have some similar things, especially the Bhakti yoga, like working the beach, have a book more specific to read, go to temples, serve food. And in the culture, like India, Brazil, I see it seems that Indians are very welcoming, and we have, for example, Brazil people are like this too. And also the language, Portuguese and Hindi, are very different, but you can find words that are very similar, like chubby in Hindi or chave in Portuguese is the same thing, or mess or mesa, table, it's the same. So I think the Brazilians are very happy, very welcoming, like to party, very vibrant and colorful. People here tends to be respectful to what other people believe. We have some people that sometimes do are more judgmental, but I think this is normal everywhere. So I think this is the similarities. And the difference, I think, is it seems that India is much more diverse, like many languages, many religions,
True.
and has a big diversity, even in the country, like snow, desert, tropical beach. In Brazil, we do not have snow, we do not have desert, so very different in this aspect.
Geographically, a lot of
Yeah.
differences. Yeah. So since now it's been quite a while, you are into Sanatan Dharma, you are following Bhakti path. I would like to understand how this Sanatan Dharma has influenced your daily routine or your mindset. What changes it has brought in your life?
Talking about my routine, obviously, I decide to have a different food, for example, the vegetarianism. Because before I become Sanatani, I was already learning and practicing vegetarianism, but I was not so strict because it was difficult to do this transition. But I think after I become Sanatani, I start to do this more, become a rule, a spiritual routine, do the japa, read the Gita, because nowadays I think it's super important to keep a spiritual routine, not just when it's necessary. So I try to do the puja in the morning, and then I try to chant the mantras. So I always try to give priority to this. And in the past, I was not like this. I didn't try to find time to be God, to get some knowledge. And now this is something that become part of my life. Give it priority to my spiritual life. And I am talking about the mindset. I try to see things and experience things in a different way, like being more present in the moment, and not think so much in the future, because the future is going to happen according to what we are living here in the moment. So when I am becoming more anxious, I try to breathe and meditate and be focused in the moment and right now.
Nice. Really impressed with your answer. I would like to know what misconceptions about Hinduism did you have earlier that have changed over time?
In the beginning, I used to think that Sanatan Dharma, it was like a religion, a pagan religion, that it was just like Shiva and Krishna, because my first interaction, it was with the Hare Krishna. So I thought it was just this, and I saw that it's not even a religion. You can't define Hinduism like a religion because it has so many facts. It's more the tribal beliefs of the people from India, and has a lot of diversity. People understand and see things in a completely different way. Like you cannot say the Vaishnavism is the same as Tantra, has many differences. I think the biggest misconception is that it's not ever a religion. I think the idea of religion cannot define Dharma because
Agreed.
it's more about your experiences, the way that you
Mhm.
choose to live your life. It's not just a religion with the Bhagavad Gita as a only book. And this made me so confused in the beginning because I was like, where I go? The Tantra, the Shaktas, the Vaishnava, Shiva, and Krishna, all these books, we have the Mahabharata, Ramayana, Vedas, and so it was so many things. I was confused, like, where do we start here? What's the right and the wrong? But you do your choice and you follow what you want. I think this is the biggest misconception. Like, even here in Brazil, people think that it's just the Hare Krishnas and this. So people here has more to learn about it.
Agreed, agreed. Actually, I was about to ask you about this because unlike other religions, this being a dharma, and this is not something which like a doctrine wherein you have do's and don'ts. It's not like just either this or that. This is not how the Sanatan Dharma functions. And when it comes to the teachings and learnings, it's like exploring self. And there are so many books that different people can learn from different mediums. So maybe it's for someone in the story format, if they understand, they can follow something like Ramayana or a Mahabharata because these are epic stories, and from that itself they can learn so much about dharma. But if you are different kind of a person, maybe for them ved will work or vedanta will work. They can learn from Bhagavad Gita. So yes, we have multiple scriptures, we have multiple deities, depending on what you want to achieve in your life. That is how you connect with the deity concept as well. So it is a self exploring journey. You are already reading Bhagavad Gita. Have you started exploring like the stories also, like Ramayana, Mahabharata? Have you started reading them, or are you planning to deep dive into them as well?
Yes, definitely. I read Mahabharata, and long back I read Ramayana. Now I want to go to the Puranas. Here is difficult to find good translations of Puranas. because you have the Gita because of the Hare Krishna, but the other books is more complicated. So I think it's buy from outside and read because I can read English, so this is good. So I want now to go to the Puranas. Basically, what I'm doing next.
Nice. We are also running a series. In Ramayana also there are multiple Ramayana versions. So I don't know which Ramayana book you have read. It's Valmiki Ramayana, then there is Ramcharitmanas, and there are many others. But we have also started an initiative in our channel. Our focus is the application of that story. What do you have? What can you learn from it? And that is why we have started with the Ramayana series, and it is only based on the Valmiki Ramayana, like the very first book which was written. That is one initiative we have also taken towards, you can say, generating awareness towards Sanatan Dharma for the people like you or anyone who wants to understand what Sanatan Dharma is about. If you are also someone who wants to understand Sanatan Dharma, but you are really confused where to start from, then I can make your life easy. Here we have this book which is called Why Are We This Way? A Guide to Hindu Shastras by author Ami Ganatra. This book has been recently published by her in Feb 2026, and it's a wonderful book for anyone who wants to understand Sanatan Dharma and is willing to read more and more scriptures related to Hindu Shastras. So once you go through this particular book, it will give you a fair idea about all the different scriptures we have, be it Upanishads, Dharma Shastras, Upavedas, Vedang. What are these scriptures about? How they evolved? What is the purpose of them? What do they talk about? And once you have that clarity, then you would be in a position to decide where to start from, which is the most appropriate book for you to deep dive into Sanatan Dharma or understand Sanatan Dharma better. So this book is available on Amazon. I shall provide you with the links for Amazon India and Amazon UAE, and also you can use my referral code, which I will provide in the description, to purchase these books. And I hope that this book serves the purpose and it helps you to understand Sanatan Dharma better. So good luck, guys. What advice would you like to give to someone who is also curious to understand about Sanatan Dharma, but for some or the other reason is hesitant to explore it? If they have to, then what could be the easiest way?
Well, I think if someone wants to learn more about Sanatan Dharma is do not pay attention what people can say and just follow your intuition. Do your research because you just know the truth when you experience. So don't have a reason to have fear because nobody needs to know what you are doing. People don't have enough to do with your life. Read about, search. You don't need to compromise on like a strict religion that is going to say you need to follow this. You can just search to get some knowledge. You don't need to feel pushed into nothing. About the judgment that some people can suffer because, as I say, I have a good family that do not create any problem, but I know that it's not for everyone like this. So I think for someone that can face more struggle, it's like doing your own research. You don't need to share everything to everybody. And remember that in the end of the day, it's your life. You will receive all the consequences, the good and the bad. So all religions has good things that you can apply in your life, but also has things. So if someone really wants to learn Sanatan Dharma, just do your research, see the different sects. Obviously, for someone from Brazil or other country that were more Christian or Abrahamic, the Bhakti is the easiest way. It's more similar, so it's going to be a transition more simple, more easy to understand. I think we should avoid fear. Fear is not something that is related to spirituality because as I said, in the end of the day, it's our life. We're going to suffer all the consequences. I think when you try to avoid things because of fear of judgment or rejection, we become sad. This is going to make us for our mind, our body. So we should be independent, take our actions, take our decisions with the consequences to create boundaries with people because family is important, friends are important, but in the end of the day, it's your life. You need to live for yourself with respect, and people need to respect you. So don't be afraid. Just do your research and see what's best for you.
Yeah, and nowadays we have internet, and then we have like people like us who are also taking initiative. I think story is one of the like easiest way. Someone who's very new, for them, if they follow something like which is in the story format, and if that from there they can gauge some knowledge, some teachings, that can be a starting point for them. Because all of a sudden it is difficult for one to get into like directly into Bhagavad Gita or directly into Ved, or because they'll really get confused, they may find it complicated. What we do, we just do like part of the story, and 5-10 minutes we are discussing the teachings or learnings from that particular episode, and it's in a normal Hindi, and have the subtitles in English, and you can literally get a fair idea. So once if you are listening to a story, you understand the principles, the value system, insights of that dharma.
Do you think Hindu philosophy is attracting people worldwide today?
Yes, I think nowadays people here are searching more because I see when I see here, at least in Latin America, people they are no more so satisfied with the traditional religion. People are experience more like yoga becomes something really popular. Then people are trying to learn more about different ways to experience the spirituality. And I see because of the Tantra, especially the yoga, and also the Hare Krishna, especially from ISKCON, they do proselytism, they are sharing their books, they are going to the street, and people are becoming open to learn more about it. Like I see sometimes people came to me and asked what is Sanatan Dharma. Here in Brazil, obvious, has people that are non-Indian that follow Sanatan Dharma. Actually, the temple that is more nearby my house, most of them don't have any relations in India. They are just fully Brazilian, and they become interested in the same way that they were searching for truth, searching the internet, because with internet we have so many options. Like you say, it has YouTube channels, has sites, you can read some books online. So I think it definitely has more interest now. And yes, I already saw people, as I said, from time to time, people, even my channel, come to my DMs and ask how I can learn more. So yes, I can do more.
Right.
Have you ever been to India? If you're at all planning to go to India, then which are the places you would love to visit?
Yes, I want to go. My plan is to go this year or in the beginning of the next year. I want to visit places like Vrindavan, Goa, and also the northeast part because it seems really beautiful. And also, I want to be able to learn more about some texts that we cannot find here in Brazil, like especially some Tantra philosophy. So definitely, I want to go as soon as I can, and I want to learn more about other traditions.
Definitely, once you go to India or Bharat, as we say, there you'll find a lot of options, a lot of books, a lot of people. I would advise that if you can actually find few people in advance related to spiritualism, it would be even beneficial, because then you can talk a subject with them, and you being there, probably they can help you then reconnect with someone even better. So I just wish that your this journey of Sanatan Dharma, you manage to explore more, know more, and this journey helps you become even a better person. It clear your doubts about the life, what you want to achieve, about the universe. That is what the Bhagavad Gita is all about. It's about Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga. The focus is all on that. Improving own self is the primary thing. Both of us wish you good luck, Jislain, and thank you for taking out time talking to us. It was lovely hearing your story, and we sincerely hope that once you grow more in this journey, in future sometime we get again a chance to interact with you further about your explorations, and it would be especially once you have visited India. So we would love to hear your experience of India then.
Okay, it's going to be amazing to be here again to talk to you and share more knowledge. I'm going to love it.
Yes, yes.